Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about my experience at YALC and at the Harry Potter midnight release party at Waterstones Piccadilly. It was amazing. I have been so tired and fast. I am only just getting around to filming the video now, over a week later. So if you don't know already, YALC is the Young Adult Literature Convention. It takes place every year as part of LFCC, the London Film and Comic Con, and it's 3 days of panels, workshops, signings and other bookish magic. So my YALC experience started on Friday the 29th. I knew it would be a short day and I was hoping to get to YALC for the very beginning. However, the night before, I didn't sleep really. So I decided, right, I have to get through this weekend without getting ill. I really can't get ill. So I let myself have a bit of a lie-in, and thus I missed the first two panels and got to YALC for the 12 o'clock panel, which was Unheard Voices. Now, it featured 3 different authors and a chair talking about their own experiences writing books that featured characters that we don't see very often in YA, and about the types of stories that I would like to see more of, and what books they wouldn't write themselves but would like to see other people write. And that was really interesting. I really enjoyed that. When I got to YALC, the first thing I did is film a little Instagram video. I did this last year, so I thought I'd do it again as well, and I just walked around the whole space. I will insert that in here. Then I watched the Humour in YA panel, which was, as you might imagine, quite humorous and light-hearted. I really enjoyed that as well, but by the end of it I was quite hungry. So I went off down the road to, I walked for some weird reason. I don't know why I did this. I should have just gone to Tesco. But I walked all the way to Kensington M&S. I don't know, I was feeling fancy, and bought some food, and I got the bus back because that walk was too long for someone who had not had very much sleep. And I got back in time to watch the Fantasy London panel, which was fabulous, and I think it was one of my favourite panels for the whole weekend because the panellists had so much in common with the subject matter they write about, so they were able to talk about it in quite a lot of detail. And although I hadn't read any of the books by the authors before, I was aware of them, and now I definitely want to read all of their books. So that panel definitely sold them to me. After that I decided to go down to LFCC because I thought it would be quite quiet and I could look around the stalls in peace without them being really crowded like they would inevitably be on Saturday. And also I had a particular necklace I wanted to buy from a stall in mind. I hadn't seen this necklace in person before, but I had seen the stallholder's stall last year, and I had followed them on Facebook, and so I had seen that they had created these new necklaces that I really loved. And I didn't know what colour to buy looking at their Etsy store, so I thought I would ask, see if they were going to be at FCC, and then go and check them out and pick one out in person. But I walked around the whole area and I couldn't find them. I don't know if they weren't there on Friday or what, but I couldn't find them. So I ended up going back up to YALC, and then I didn't have time to go to any of the panels because it was my mum's birthday, and so I had to rush off to go have dinner and go see a show with my family. So I just chatted to some people until it was about 5:15, and then I went. So, on to Saturday. I was hoping to come to the first panel, but when I got back on Friday night I quickly realised that wasn't realistic, considering I had the Harry Potter midnight release party after YALC and I was going to have to stay up for a long time. So I decided to cut my losses, again, try not to get ill, and maximise my sleep, and so I got in for the second panel at 11 AM, which was the Squad Girls Friendship in YA panel, which is really fun. I think I'd seen most of the authors before, so it wasn't anything particularly new or groundbreaking, but it was still a fun panel and I'm glad I got to see it. The next panel I watched was the Teenage Soundtrack Music in YA panel, which was straight after Squad Girls, and I really liked that one as well. Authors talking about music and how it played a big role in the novels. I had read 2 out of the 3 books that were being discussed. I find that I get more out of panels if I've read books by the authors taking part in them, which is why I ran the YALC Readathon challenge to encourage myself to read more books by authors who are going to be at YALC. After that, I watched To Boldly Go YA in Space. I haven't read a lot of YA books set in space, but it's something I'm really interested in, so I decided to stay for that panel, and I really enjoyed it as well, especially all the things that Mallory Blackman said. I actually got a lot out of this panel. I think it's probably my second favourite panel after the Fantasy London was. I favourited a lot of tweets that were being sent by people who were live tweeting the panel, and yeah, I need to go back through those and make notes of my favourite things that were being said. Then I went to get some lunch and I came back and I did sit down at the back of the room during the next panel, which was Secrets and Lies. To be honest, I couldn't hear very well, so I kind of missed half the panel, then didn't really hear it. Just pretty much ate my lunch. Let's just call this eating my lunchtime. And then I went back down to LFCC to see if I could find that shop, and I did. It was actually in this little bit between the 2 main areas of stores, and so maybe it had been there on Friday and I had just not noticed it because I didn't really look in that section, or maybe it hadn't been there. I've no idea, but it was a happy ending because I got that necklace that I wanted. Hooray! And I also found another stall there and got this Deathly Hallows symbol necklace, and also I got a replica Ravenclaw's diadem necklace as well. After I'd done that, I went back up to YALC for the David Levithan and Nina LaCour talk, which I really loved. I got a lot out of that. While I was listening to it, I actually had a revelation about my own novel, which is always great. That's why I love panels. I like to sit and listen to the author speak, and then it makes me reflect on my own writing, and I get a lot of ideas and a lot of inspiration that way. It's one of the main reasons why I prefer listening to panels to going to signings. I just like to hear authors talking about their work intelligently and comparing their work of people, and also talking about books they themselves love. Then I wanted to get some dinner before the Harry Potter Midnight launch, so I left YALC along with Jim from YA, Debbie from Snuggling on the Sofa, and Stacey from Pretty Books, and we went to get dinner in Bill's at Westfield, London, and that was really nice. I had really nice salmon. It wasn't quite as good as the salmon I cooked myself, but I am very good at salmon, well can I say. And then we just went to a cafe over the road from Waterstones Piccadilly and chilled there for a couple of hours before queuing up for the midnight launch. Oh my god, it was amazing. I think that was one of my favourite days of my whole life. I loved it so much. I think I was maybe marginally more excited for going to see the play, especially the second part of the play, because I saw them on the 2 separate nights. But oh my god, the atmosphere was just fantastic. We're queuing outside, everybody's like dressed up in Harry Potter cosplay or just wearing like Harry Potter fashion items and like grinning, and I was grinning, and I was just so excited, and it was really amazing. The tickets were not that expensive, they were just a few pounds more than the price of the book, and that included the book, and you got 2 drinks, there was a string quartet, there was a Quidditch team teaching you how to play Quidditch, there was face painting, there was a tombola, there was a free sweet shop, there were lots of things you could take photos with, like a Diagon Alley style bookshop, a replica covered under the stairs, they had Hagrid's motorcycle, from the films, which somebody pointed out to me isn't actually Hagrid's motorcycle, technically, he just borrows it, but that's what they call it in the film, so let's go with that. And like I say, loads of people were in costume, they decorated the shop, there was a photo booth, they did the cafe downstairs, which was one of the bars, up like the potions lab. It was fantastic. I had such a good time. I could have been there for twice as long, to be honest. I feel like I didn't properly get to experience all of it. Oh yeah, there was a quiz as well. I didn't get to take part in the quiz because that ran twice, and it seemed full both times. Yeah, I could have spent twice as long in there. It was amazing. And then after we'd run around and tried to do as much as we could, we queued up to get the book, and people were singing happy birthday to Harry Potter, which I could just about hear from where I was at the end of the queue, because I was having too much fun exploring everything. I didn't want to queue up early. It was fine. I took a drink in the queue. It was still quite a long queue, but it was good. It was chilled, and I got my book. And yeah, I've already seen the play. If you want to see my review video of the play, which is entirely spoiler free, I'll put the link down in the description and a card on now. So yeah, I haven't actually read the script book. It's up here. Still in its lovely paper packaging. I really had been looking forward to the midnight launch because I never got to go to any of the midnight launches for the novels. Either I was too young, and then when I wasn't too young, I didn't really have like friends who were super into it enough to go to a midnight launch. Like I had friends who loved Harry Potter, but nobody ever suggested going to a midnight launch or anything like that, so I missed out on all that. And now I have all these really obsessed bookish friends. I wanted to take advantage of that, and I had a really lovely time. And I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. Yeah, come on, JK. Produce something we can have a midnight launch for. I don't care. It could be really obscure, something. Just make it happen. So, day 3, not gonna lie, I was pretty tired. I got to bed at about 2:15 in the end. After getting the very last train, I got home, got ready for bed as quickly as I could, got into bed, fell asleep, slept really well, might I add, as you might imagine from all that being awake. Finally cured myself of the insomnia, and then I decided, oh, I really want to go to the first panel, and I really want to go to the second panel, but I'm not going to go to them. I'm gonna stay in bed. And I actually thought I might not get to YALC before 1, but I woke up earlier than my alarm was, despite sleeping really well, and I didn't feel that tired, like I say. So I figured I'd go to YALC. So I went to YALC. I got there in time to take part in a co-writing workshop by Tom Ellen and Lucy Iverson. Now, I still can't believe I did this. So we had to do an exercise where we thought about an object of clothing that we really liked, and then we sort of had to kind of start writing about it, and then we were told to swap writing with somebody else. They paired us up with people we didn't know, and then they had to carry on the story that we'd written, we had to carry on the story that they'd written. And as soon as I actually thought of the item, which took me quite a while, and started writing about it, I kind of was like, oh, I can write a short story on this, and I have now done that. Even though it was a co-writing workshop, I have now finished a short story by myself. Not that the person I was co-writing with didn't do a really good job, but I just I got really into it by the time I'd left YALC and was like, I'm just going to finish this by myself. And anyway, after we'd all done this and done the swapping part, and then they asked us if there were any volunteers who would like to read, and the person I was co-writing with, who did a really good job by the way, and I really loved what she'd written as well. It was quite different from the way I write, but it was really emotionally involving. Yeah, basically, she volunteered us, and she was like, do you want to do this? And I thought, oh, why not? I guess I was just really tired. So tired and wired, because I bought some Lucozade, because that was the only way I knew I was going to get through the day. By the time I got to YALC, I was feeling pretty tired again, despite the sleep, so yeah, Lucozade. Here's a picture of me with Lucozade. So yeah, I was just really wired from lack of sleep, all the caffeine, all the sugar, and I was like, yes. So then they gave me a microphone. They gave me a microphone, guys, and I read what I'd written to the whole room of people, which was like the most excruciating experience of my life. And now I'm like, how did I do this? But at the same time, I'm really proud that I did it, and people said it was good. So, and what we'd written gelled together really well. So I read my bit, I passed it to the person who I was co-writing with, they read their bit, and it was really good. I really liked it, even though I've now written it all by myself. So yeah, that was an unexpected, strange but exhilarating experience, and I kind of then went off and forgot about it for the rest of the day. And then whilst I was walking back to the station after the end of YALC, I was like, hang on, did I do that? I did that, didn't I? After that workshop, which was really good, like I say, I got a lot out of it, and I really liked the idea of co-writing as well. I would love to co-write a book in the future. It sounds like a lot of work, but also really fun at the same time, and I think it can really benefit a book to have two voices going on. Anyway, after that I went to get some lunch, because by this time I was really hungry. I went to get some lunch, and then I came back and I sat at the back of the panel, Morally Complicated YA, and they hadn't fixed the sound issues from yesterday, I'm afraid to say, so I couldn't really hear it. Like, I could hear the odd line, but it was kind of like, you know, when you can hear the odd word and kind of get the gist, but you're not really getting it. And it seemed to get worse as the panel went on. So in the end, I just gave up, and I went out and I found some friends and chatted to them instead. And then I joined the queue, yes, the queue, for the Maggie Seavarter talk afterward, which was billed as in conversation, but she ended up not doing it in conversation. She ended up doing it solo. And she didn't actually talk as much about the book as I thought she would. She actually just kind of like told us some anecdotes about like racing John Green and stuff, and it was really funny and it was really entertaining, although it wasn't quite what I expected. So I really enjoyed that. And then it was the Harry Potter party, and they had the cosplay competition and the quiz and a couple of other things. Oh, the weird bit where we danced, we did musical statues. And then the balloon game, where you have to pass a balloon from person to person without touching it with your hands. And that was really, really funny. I had a lot of fun being in a room full of really tired, because like probably like 90% of the people there have been like released somewhere. Harry Potter fans dancing to Wizard Rock in the middle of YALC. Yeah, it was really fun, and in the end, Ravenpuff won. Yes, Ravenpuff. Yeah, yep. It was a draw. There was a tiebreaker, but it was a total fail. So, it was a draw. Yay! Victory for the two most unwritten about houses in Hogwarts. Yeah. Victory at last. And yeah, so after all that, I walked around a couple more times, said goodbye to people, picked up some more swag, and then I went home and told my boyfriend to put potato on, because we were having potato for dinner, and I ate and fully watched some TV, and then I went to bed, and it was fantastic. I had a great time. I think this was probably my favourite YALC so far, although it's all tangled up with Harry Potter in my mind, so obviously that elevates the experience to a whole new level. I think that if you're considering going to YALC, go to YALC. Pretty much that's my advice for the conclusion of this video. Go to YALC. You can make it whatever you wish. If you want to go to all the panels, you can go to all the panels. If you want to queue up and get your book signed by authors all day, you can get your book signed by authors all day. If you just want to chill with friends, if you want to buy a couple of books and then go sit in a corner and read them, you can do that. It's fine. They had quite a big, quiet reading area this time, and there's lots of stuff going on at publishers' stalls. There were loads of publishers' stalls. There were more than ever before, and yeah, it was great. I recommend it a lot. I hope you enjoyed my wrap-up for it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my YALC wrap-up. If you'd like to see more from me, do click the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up while you're there. You can also check out the Bookish British channel, of which I am a member. You'll see me again soon. Bye!